This is reporter Reeve Hamilton. Here's your rundown of the week's news. On Monday, the Texas Tribune held a day-long symposium on the state's changing demographics, which included remarks by lawmakers like former San Antonio Mayor Henry Cisneros.
The people of Texas and the United States really don't appreciate just what a blessing they have to have an ethnic group that is this hardworking, this dedicated to family, this patriotic, this willing to sign on to the American dream, this willing to sacrifice today so that the next generation can have better. I mean, it just doesn't get any better in terms of an immigrant or ethnic group to build a future, if you give them a chance.
Governor Rick Perry drew some heat when it was revealed that he is blocking some reporters from following his personal Twitter feed. The confirmation of John Bradley, the controversial chairman of the Texas Forensic Science Commission, was held up in the Senate. Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst says he will work behind the scenes to get Bradley confirmed. Senators began discussing tax increases. Senator Bob Dole, a Greenville Republican, said he preferred taxes to dramatic cuts, and State Senator Eddie Lucio, a Brownsville Democrat, filed legislation to impose a tax on soft drinks.
If you look at the rainy day fund, if we truly have the $6 billion, and if you look at a 10-cent hike in the gas tax, and you look at registration fee hikes, that could be another $3 or $4 billion. If you look at the taking out some of the inequities in the sales tax, I don't have all of those numbers, but it's significant. We do a 23-month budget like we did in '03, delay payments for one day. We can use that accounting tool, if you will. Some people would call it a trick. But if you combine all of that together, then I think we can do minimal cuts.
But sometimes we got to call on business to be able to understand that what we're trying to do is not anti-business, but is trying to make business part of our solution. This is one of those times where they can rise to the occasion and say, okay, you know, the consumer is going to have to come up and really have to pay the bill. The businesses aren't going to be hurt. I'm calling on the people of Texas to each do a little part in trying to make us be able to reach our goals.
On matters of the budget, House Appropriations Chairman Jim Pitts, a Waxahachie Republican, began pushing lawmakers to withdraw $4.3 billion from the rainy day fund to cover the current biennium's deficit. Comptroller Susan Combs also voiced her opinion that the budget cannot be balanced with cuts alone. The House debated Stephenville Republican State Representative Sid Miller's House Bill 15, requiring pre-abortion sonograms.
They must display the live sonogram images so the woman may view them, provide a verbal explanation of the sonogram, and make audible the heartbeat if it's present to the woman.
After a false start on Wednesday in which they were held up by a technicality, they discussed the issue for approximately 7 hours on Thursday, going well into the night. The bill ultimately passed to third reading with a vote of 103 to 42, with 7 Democrats supporting the bill and 1 Republican. It will have to be read and voted on one more time to clear the House. I'm Reeve Hamilton. That's your rundown.